to start right away with our quote. So our quote today is from Otis S. Johnson. And I didn't know who Otis S. Johnson was, so I had to look it up. So I'm going to tell you in case you don't know. So Otis S. Johnson was the mayor of Savannah, Georgia for many years, and wrote a book called From N-Word to Mayor, and is also a social worker, politician. So if you believe in a cause, be willing to stand up for that cause with 1 million people or by yourself. So you can start with your long spine, lying on your back or sitting up for our meditation portion, drawing your awareness onto your breath, settling into your body. And taking the next couple of breaths to transition yourself onto your back. It's helpful today for what we're going to do if you want to have a strap nearby or a scarf, but if you don't have one, that's okay too. If you'd like to turn your video on because you like your yoga teacher to give you nice comments about your body, you can do that, but if you prefer that your yoga teacher doesn't acknowledge your physical form, that's fine too. Your practice today. And then lying on your back, you can allow your knees to bend, bringing the bottoms of your feet onto the floor. And then just spending a moment there, just connecting with the central line of your body. So connecting with your spine or a sense of your midline. The spine is long when we lie down on the back. We'll read our quote one more time. If you believe in a cause, be willing to stand up for that cause with 1,000,000 people or by yourself. So we're going to focus a little bit on getting towards standing and also on the legs. It's snowing today in New York, so it's a nice time to get the legs supporting us well in case we fall outside. So we're going to start by drawing the right knee into the chest, and then we're going to lift the right foot up towards the sky. And then your choice, if you'd like to take a strap or just take more of like a static hold. I know we've been doing a lot of flexing and pointing here, but I'm really going to focus on having a strap on my foot and having my foot right over my hip socket. And the reason for that is that I'm just going to pull the energy sort of directly down so that my leg is really just grounding back towards my hip. I do get some opening on my hamstring, but I'm really just focused on just finding just a grounding to that leg. When we let our legs ground back towards the pelvis, it relieves the low back. And then a couple of breaths there. And one more, breathing in and breathing out. You could stay there if you want, if you know that you're really tight on that side or you just want a little more time, or you could just switch yourself right to the other side, lifting the left foot up towards the sky. The hands could be behind the thigh, or if you're using a strap, letting the energy of the strap pull directly back down towards the hip. So I'm not trying to pull it over my head at all. I'm trying to pull it down towards my pelvis. And that just really gives a nice grounding sense to the low back. I'm not in my deepest sensation here, right? The deeper the sensation is usually a stretching of the nerve line, and here I'm just sort of asking my leg to open up a little bit. I'm asking my leg to ground back in towards my body. And breathing in. And breathing out. Alright, when you're ready, you can release that. You can release your legs nice and long for a moment. Reach your arms up overhead. Just take a big stretch through your body. Just finding that sense of your midline all the way up and down the body. It runs down through the center of the feet and up through the center of the hands. Maybe a yawn here. And then we're going to roll over onto the belly. We'll stretch the front of the leg. So we'll come into a thigh stretch here. And to be mindful of your knees. So you might keep your head down and just reach back and grab one foot. Or if it's comfortable for you, you could also start to lift your chest up a little bit and look forward, just figuring out what works for your body as you start to open up the front of the thighs. And then just settling back into the awareness of your breath, maybe deepening the breath a little bit as you go. All right, when you're ready, you can switch to the other side. And then again, same thing, you could lower yourself down here, or you could push into your elbow a little bit and lift your heart if that feels okay for your back this morning. And a couple of deep breaths. All right, when you're ready, you can release that down. We're gonna come up onto the hands and knees. I am gonna get us to standing in 7 minutes. It's a hard thing to do in the morning, but we're gonna get there. So I'm gonna step one of my feet forward, and you can get it there. You can use your hands to pull it forward. It's nice to have some padding under the back knee, but we're actually gonna go ahead and lift the back knee up today. If that doesn't feel good to you, you could keep the back knee down. And then from here, you can, if your back knee is down, you could pull the weight of your hips forward. You can bring your arms to a level that feels right to you. So you could bring your hands up onto your thigh. If you want to reach your arms up towards the sky, you could do that as well. And then I just invite you here to connect with your midline again. So imagine that your energy is sort of drawing towards the center of your body, even as if the legs are sort of drawing towards your midline. And that will just sort of activate the legs a little bit and bring you into just a little bit more support, and then a couple deep breaths there. All right, when you're ready, you can bring your hands back down. We're just gonna switch out right to the other side, bringing that other foot forward, however you get it there. You could use your hands to support you. Sometimes I like to have a chair next to me in my practice. All right, and then from here, if your back knee is down, it's nice to really pull your weight over the top of your kneecap and kind of pull yourself forward, or you could lift that back knee up off the floor, lifting your hands onto the front thigh maybe lifting the arms up if that feels okay and available for your body. It can be a lot in the morning. And then again, this energy of sort of sucking your legs towards the center line of your body, giving you that internal support of the pose. And then breathing in and out. Great. When you're ready, you can bring your hands down. You could draw yourself back to hands and knees. Your choice here in hands and knees. You could just swing your hips from side to side if you need a little wake up. Maybe do some cat-cow or come into downward facing dog. We haven't done a lot of work in the shoulders this morning, but if you feel pretty open, you can come into down dog. In order to get ourselves towards standing, we are going to come to hang over the legs. So however you get there, if you just want to step your feet, you can step them even nice and wide. Bring your hands back towards your feet. Your knees can be nice and bent. Let yourself hang over. You can let the back of your neck go. Maybe let your arms hang down like a rag doll. Beautiful, really nice. Yeah, bounces are great. That's awesome. Letting it kind of unwind out of your spine. And then taking the next about 3 to 5 breaths just to roll yourself up to stand. If you have any herniated discs, you don't want to roll. You want to just give yourself some support and take a long spine upwards. Beautiful. Drawing yourself up to stand. And then when you get up to stand, any adjustments you want to make to be more comfortable. I like to roll my shoulders a little bit or reach my arms out and up so that the front of my chest can open. Maybe closing your eyes here, connecting your awareness to your feet, to the earth, to the ground. If you believe in a cause, be willing to stand up for that cause with 1 million people or by yourself. Maybe pressing your palms together in front of your heart, just as a reminder of that midline, that core central support that we can stand with. That we can just use as a reminder to use our center, to walk from a place of our center, whether we're by ourselves or with others. Thanks, everybody.